What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing the 3 things that are keeping you from being a fit parent and the 3 solutions that we have to make your life a little bit easier and to show you that living a fitness lifestyle is not as far away from being accomplished as you might think. So let's get right into it. So the first thing we're going to cover today is the issue that plagues everybody, parents and corporate workers and everybody in between, is time. I wish I had the time. I don't have the time. It's so awesome that you have the time. I can't wake up that early. Blah, blah, blah. If I try to go at nighttime, it doesn't work. All the different excuses that people give. And at the end of the day, you need to know that nobody actually has the time to work out. They make the time to work out. Okay, that's just very, very important to understand that. They make the time, all right? So how do we do this as parents? Because the one thing that we know that no matter if we have great time management, which a lot of us don't, but let's assume for a second that we have great time management, our little ones don't really. So sometimes they want to nap at random hours when they're supposed to go to sleep at 12. Sometimes they're supposed to go to sleep at 8 and they don't want to go sleep till 10. And it affects the workouts you had set for yourself. So one, as a parent, is being flexible, understanding that those times are going to happen and being prepared for it. My biggest recommendation, though, if you can get your workout done in the morning, if you can wake up 1 hour earlier, all right? And I know if for those of you waking up at 6, waking up at 5 might seem impossible, but it can be done, okay? It can be done. Wake up and do your workout before the day starts. That really ensures that nothing is going to get in the way all day long. I am a very disciplined person. My whole life is fitness, the gym. But there are so many times that even for me, if I don't go in the morning, it's not going to happen later on in the day. Okay, it's just not going to happen. Things get in the way. My wife has this thing pop up. Now I have to go do this. All these different things. All right. Certain meetings will pop up. Things will just happen. It's the way life goes. So if you really going to make fitness a priority, everything that I'm telling you is assuming that fitness is a priority to you. Okay. So assuming that fitness is a priority, going in the morning is a great way to ensure that your workout is done. It really kickstarts your whole system and gets you up and ready to go and I think there are studies. I'm not a big study-based person. I don't bring these research things to our channel, but there's a channel. I'm going to leave it here. I'm still new to doing that, so I will leave it up here, though. His name is Jeff Nippert. All his stuff is fantastic science-based workout content. So yeah, again, I'm sending you to another channel because I care about your education. So anyway, I believe that there are studies that show that if you get up and you work out in the morning, it actually allows you to it sets your body, your hormones, whatever, your mental state, whatever it is, to have a better day. So you actually will have a better day. And even if there's not research to show that, I can tell you from fact, I'll wake up and I'll be bothered about the fact that I'm awake for like 5 minutes. And then when I'm in the training and I'm done with my training and I feel great. So it's waking up and having 5 minutes of, God, I hate that I'm awake, for a whole day of success. I think that's a good trade-off for me. So, but it also comes down to, if you have a significant other, making sure you take the time to have an expectation for the day. A lot of people, they have good intentions for the day. They may both have schedules, but if you're working as a team with someone, you have to make sure that they align together, that it lines up so that you guys aren't doing amazing things, but on different tracks. It creates almost the same problem as if you didn't have a plan completely. You need to make sure you're on the same track. So whether it's once a week, whether it's 10 minutes before you all go to sleep, whatever it is, make sure you have a plan for the day, especially if your significant other is also on a fitness journey and needs to go to the gym and do everything. Make sure those things are ironed out before the day starts. It's very much like having a budget or going on a diet. People always look at those things as restrictive things in their life. So if I'm on a budget, I have to spend less. If I'm on a diet, I have to eat less. What they don't realize is that what you actually get is less when you have no clue what you're doing. You don't think it's less because you have no idea what less or more actually means in your life because you have no plan. But when you actually diet and you actually follow day to day, you'll realize, oh, I might be eating smaller in this one meal, but boom, I'm eating a lot more frequently. I'm just as full and I'm energized. That's better than having a plan, or basically no plan, that just eats random sugary breakfasts and then really high fat foods at night and only eats 2 times a day. But then you feel that you're going to be restricted eating smaller portions. No, it's not. You're going to actually help your body. You're going to actually eat more. You're going to have things that are nutritious. You're going to have more energy. Same thing with a budget. You're going to think, oh, I can't spend money. But now all of a sudden you are going to realize, whoa, I actually have more money because I know where it's going. It's the same thing with your time management. You will realize, whoa, I actually have more time because now I know where every hour of my day is going. So we all have the 24 hours. You've heard all those little, everyone has the same 24 hours, blah, blah, blah. But the whole thing is that it's how you manage those 24 hours. We cannot add more times in the day. So what is our only other option? To be better at how we use those hours. So that is the ultimate key to understanding your time management, is to accept that it exists. Stop randomly just going about and doing your things, and focus on how to accomplish the certain tasks. And I promise you, not only will your fitness get better, but everything else in your life is going to be a little more organized, and you're going to be more energized, and you're going to feel more accomplished throughout the day. I absolutely promise you. So the next thing we're going to cover that's keeping you from being a fit parent is not being able to leave to go to the gym, not being able to afford a gym membership, or not having access to the equipment that you would need to make a home gym. So I'm a complete believer of, if you really are dedicated and you want this thing to happen, you will find a way to make it happen, regardless of what that means. Now, there are a multitude of reasons why you may or may not be able to go to the gym, or why you couldn't make that work out for whatever reason. So we're just going to assume that your home gym is your only option, all right? The best thing to do if you are committed and you know that the home gym is the only option is to slowly, over the course of a year or so, buy pieces of equipment that actually will help you get the results you need. And I'm not referring to these big gizmos and gadgets that these companies sell on infomercials at nighttime or whatnot. I'm talking about get dumbbells, get barbells, get some plates, get a treadmill, get a squat rack if you can, things along those lines. Things that are your good old-fashioned pieces of equipment that they've been working with since the 70s. And there's even, like, for dumbbells, instead of getting like a full rack, you can get, like, at Bowflex has the Select Tech ones that you just like turn the dials, and they take up such small spaces you could fit them in a very small room. So there are ways to do it, and they don't break the bank, especially if you save for them. So doing that. But let's assume for a second you're like, I can't afford anything. I really can afford nothing. Maybe a few little baby dumbbells, but I can afford nothing. Well, there are so many ways that you can build your body, lose weight, improve your overall health just by using body weight. If the military can do it, so can you. So you can go and you can grab sandbags. You can go and you can do push-up challenges. You can do tons of ab videos on YouTube. You can do tons of things outside. You can do interval training with no weights. You can grab things around the house, backpacks, and load them up with stuff and use them as like for kettlebell swings. And you can do a lot of stuff. You're actually giving me an idea of a program that I'm gonna make probably specifically for this type of stuff. I think it's actually gonna be pretty cool. But there's so many things you could do. So what I'm saying is go on YouTube, go on the internet, or go to theacademyperformance.com, and we will find you a program that's specifically catered for what you're looking for. Okay? Whatever that situation is. I've done programs for people with no weights. I've done people with full gyms. I've done with pretty decent home gyms, everything in between. You do not need the right equipment, if you will. You do not need to wait for the perfect circumstances to get your fitness going. Now, can you prepare for a bodybuilding competition with no weights? No, but that's not what we're talking about. So there are limits to what we can do. But if you're a man who's 240 pounds at like 40% body fat or something, and you want to drop down and cut and build some muscle and lose some weight, and those classic things, you can do that with literally almost no weight. Okay? You can do that, especially if you're eating clean. So do not let the lack of gym be something that stands in your way. Okay. And really at the end of the day, if the lack of gym is in the way of you accomplishing your fitness goals, it's not actually a lack of gym. It's an excuse you're making here. So just know that full well when you make that excuse for yourself. There are ways around it. And I'm going to leave a link below to our fitness programs so you can see below kind of what we do as a company to help people in every single situation that they have, because the goal is to let you see results, not to just keep you running the rat race of fitness, because it's a confusing fitness landscape out there. So if we can make it easier, we will. That's literally why this platform exists, to help people who need assistance with the time management and to be able to get fit in every stage of life, in every circumstance. So just know that it is not the gym. You can do this. I'm going to beat you guys over the head with it. You can do this if you believe you can do this. All right, so the third thing we're going to talk about that is keeping you from being a fit parent is the thought that healthy foods cost so much more than regular foods and that you don't have time to meal prep. So first off, that's just not true. That has become the myth and the lie of the fitness industry, that healthy foods cost so much more. Now, yes, there are stores like Whole Foods and there's the organic aisle at all these different stores that charge 2 to 3 times as much for basically anything that you would get regular, if you will. And it's just not necessary, because this is from the research I've done, from the videos I've watched, from everything I've learned, and from my own experience and how I have gone about it. Mostly because I used to not be able to afford it, I don't do those things. I don't go and buy organic chicken that is $6 a pound. I go and buy the $2.60 chicken per pound. I got prepped for all my competitions. I got prepped for competition purely from Sam's and Walmart food. Are there specific benefits with going organic, with getting the more expensive versions of all these different types of veggies and fruits and everything else? Yeah, but there is no study that has been done that has proven that by going and eating these expensive organic foods, you will get X, Y, and Z amount of results from that food versus doing the same exercise on regular chicken or regular beef or whatever. So that being said, you don't have to buy the most expensive version of that food to be the healthiest version. And most people don't even know why they're doing it or what they're getting in any of these foods. They're just following the buzzwords that are put on the label and they're moving on with their life because they're told that that's the way it's supposed to be. And then on the way home, they'll stop at McDonald's or Chick-fil-A and eat their garbage. And, so it just kind of, it evens itself out in that respect. They're just spending a lot more. I know tons of people who spend so much on food and they don't even look that good. So if you want to do a cost analysis on what it costs to buy all the frozen or pre-made stuff versus like buying fresh chicken, just fresh, not organic fresh, just like regular fresh chicken or beef or whatever, you're gonna come out to roughly the same. Yeah, maybe it might be just a little bit more, but I'm talking about a little bit more. But the point is that you cannot afford not to eat well for you and your family. You just can't afford it. So maybe you think it might be a little more expensive, but you can't afford not to do it. But the point is it's not more expensive. It's not more expensive than eating out, even with the inflation. And if you go look at a box of like whatever cereals or snacks or whatever other stuff that you get, because, snacks and things are cheaper or whatnot for your kids, not only has the price gone up because everything's gone up, but also a lot of the time, if that box was 20 ounces, now it's 18 or 17. It's more and you're getting less. It's not just enough to be more, you're getting less. As well, it kind of goes back to the time management. Find a day or 2 days out of the week to actually meal prep. You only have to meal prep for like 4 days at a time before it even like starts going bad. My wife won't even eat whatever we meal prep after like 2 days or something. So it ends up being my whole job. So I can't meal prep way too much anyway. But just find 2 days and get into a groove. The first couple might take twice as long, but once you get into a groove, you can knock it out fast. My wife and I knock it out before church on Sundays in a span of like an hour and a half because we work together, we have it scheduled, boom, 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 we just get it done. And dishes are done too, by the way. So you just have to plan. Your health is not worth poor time management. It is that simple. Because at the end of the day, most of these people that say, I don't have the time, I can't do it, whatever, I don't have the money, you will end up spending it on medication and hospital visits, and you'll be wasting so much time going to the doctors later on down the road. And you cannot hope that the doctor tells you how to be healthy. You got to take charge of that yourself. Your family is relying on you for that. Your body is relying on you for that. So make the change. You can do this. It's not the end of the world. For all these steps I talked about, yeah, they're causing a big problem in you achieving your fitness goals, but there's such simple solutions. That's the beauty of it. It's simple solutions, but again, only you can solve them. So this is how I've done it. So some of these examples that I've given on how I prep for competition, how I manage my time, these are ways that I've gone about it. You know, I'm not a 20-year-old kid who doesn't have children of their own. I'm an adult who has children, who's going through this grind just like you, who's trying to build a business, who's working, who's doing everything, trying to fit the gym in and spend time with my wife and not miss any time with my daughter, but also spend some time for myself. I'm in the thick of it. I know what you're doing. We just got different versions of the same thing going on, but we're both running around like crazy people. So the thing that makes us similar is our desire to be better. So if you can focus on that, you can make it happen. So I'm out there on the ground with you every day. I thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope there is some information in here that helps you and your family live a better life. That is our goal here, is to help you guys and give you all the tools to live the most successful, fittest, healthiest life possible. If you could like, subscribe, and share, that would be so helpful. We are still a relatively new channel, so anything you could do to support us and help us get better in our rankings would be much appreciated. But until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, and remember, you got this.